SWAT team. Yo, shout out to your motherfucking mom, bitch. Money.
What up, New Mexico? You know what it is. It's the Make It Famous podcast. The only podcast that's putting on for our New Mexican artists. This week, we're spotlighting Mo Money G and Low Top from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're on with Frank Easy.
It's me, Frank Easy here. Let me introduce my guests, Mo Money G and Low Top from Underground Dope LLC.
Hey, that's right. Yo, what's up, Frank Easy? How you doing, man? You doing all right today?
What's going on, Frankie?
All right, so I want to know your guys' musical background and how's that?
Okay, yeah, man.
You want to go first, Low Top?
Sure, I'll go first. I mean, first of all, I was born in it. Always on the streets, always making music. Really started taking it serious right around 14, 15 years old. Just wanted to get out of like doing what I shouldn't be doing and started making moves to start getting me to make money off the music, just to support the streets and get it out there, you know. I mean, we all gotta make money somehow. Might as well make it legal, you know. Fuck getting locked up, fuck the police, fuck all that.
What about you? What's your
background in making music?
Yeah.
Honestly, man, it started to get me out of trouble. Same thing. When I first got into music, a lot of it was a joke. A lot of it was just playing around, just because I wanted to like hear myself sound a certain way.
What's that sound, actually?
Oh, dude, grimy. I thought I was gonna be the grittiest one out there. When I first started, I wanted to rap about having like the most money and the biggest dick. But it changed, man. Honestly, I started getting like more attention for people like listening to the music. I started seeing like a lot more like of a positive side of the music and being able to help people through like their own struggle. Because I was breaking into cars, I was breaking into houses before I started fucking with music heavy. So, it kind of got my head straight.
All right. So your guys' biggest influence in music, who is that, or what is that actually?
Man. Honestly, bro, I like so many different types of music, bro. I don't even know where to start, man. I like the funk. I like rock and roll. I like jazz. I like Etta Fitzgerald. You know what I mean? Like, when I go back, I like Ray Charles. I like Louis Anderson. And then, like, if you look at, like, modern day people, you got to look at people who have made a difference in their community first and foremost, man. People who...
In your music, can you tell, like, their influences on it?
Oh, yeah, dude. Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, you know what I mean? I love them, bro. Like, I remember when I was 12 years old and the Very Freaky Girl by Gucci Mane song came out, everybody laughed at me, bro. Y'all laughing at me saying Gucci ain't gonna be nothing one day. And then now trap music's taking over. So, definitely I look to them when it comes to influences. But then, you have your older cats like Tupac. Definitely listen to a lot of Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Same or
honestly, I mean, definitely everybody that he just named, that's my influences. But I mean, a couple people I'll like give a shout out to is definitely Too Short. Want to give him, that's the big homie right there. E40. There's a ton out there. It's hard to explain them all, but I'll definitely give it to Mobb Deep. Everybody out there that's really did their like imprint on music and are currently still continuing to do their imprint on music. That's what I'll give it to. Any artist, they have a big ups in my name. You know what I'm saying?
So you guys done shows? Have you guys done them together or separate shows?
Both. Both.
Uh-huh.
The first show that we did was together. If you look up Mo Money G on YouTube, you'll find a video like 450, something like that views. It's from when we rocked the Jam Spot. That was 2017. I want to say like September, October 2017. And that was our first big show. We had like a good 200 heads in the building. It's different like when you see somebody repeat your lyrics back to you, man. It changes the feeling entirely, And that was it. That was the shit I needed. That was the validation I needed to know this is what I want to do.
Definitely one of the biggest shows right there, honestly. Jam Spot, we rocked it. It was about 150, 200 people plus. Good show.
Launchpad?
Honestly, yeah, Launchpad, straight up. We did Leo. Birds before it closed, R.I.P., you know what I'm saying? We did Leos, we did all that shit. Like, where I position myself from, I like to go for, on the field, we're working in the grit, in the turf. we're doing this music not just for everybody, but for people that are actually out here in the streets. And that's the biggest thing where we try to come from. Got to put on there, you know. Everybody thinks it's all about the fame and glory and the riches and all that. That's cool, and like, you know, when you get that and you earn that, that's wonderful. But the most important thing is actually being out there active for the people that are also on the streets just like you are.
We performed for like, you know, 2 people and like a German Shepherd before, bro. Like, it ain't always pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like
1.5 people.
It's like we didn't want to pay for shows. You know, like it's like a huge thing. I think it was being stubborn and like kind of new to the game. So a lot of it was doing open mic nights when we first started.
Exactly.
So now, where are you guys at with your concerts? And you guys got any upcoming ones coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a show coming up here in Gallup, G-Town Meltdown. That's going to be on April the 29th. Minus no bullshit happening in the future. Hopefully that's still coming up. That's going to be at, what is the name of it? The Juggernaut. And big shout out to Bozo Southwest for putting that show on. That's a big one. Working with a lot of different artists. Cody Kelly, Pezo. There's a lot of people that are going to be out there doing their thing that night.
Are they artists from New Mexico too?
Yeah, they're all over. Some from Albuquerque, some from Gallo.
Where you at, man?
They got to see this first, man. They got to put in that music, bro. You got to put the work behind behind your dreams.
Big ups, though. Big ups. For real. We're all out here trying to make money.
So out of your whole music process, what's the hardest thing you consider like to be tough in your situation?
The hardest part is finding people who want to continue to make music. You know, a lot of people do it at first, like just to have fun right off the bat, and then you get like a gang with you of people who like want to say that they like want to work hard and keep up and like be there for the team, you know. Yeah. And then you notice like a year later down the road, you can't get 7 people to get up on the stage with you if not everybody's about it, you know. So just finding people who like love making music as much as you do, man. Like you end up meeting a lot of new people, and yeah, maybe not who you end up with is not the same people who you start off with, which is hard for some people to swallow, you know.
So where do you guys see yourself in a few years with your music? Actually, you know.
Shoot. I mean, honestly, where I see myself making music is definitely putting out more albums. That's number one. Continuing to work on.
How many albums do you guys have right now? Sorry.
As a single artist, I have 1 out. Homeboy has 2 out, and then as a record label, we have about 4 or 5. We're about to drop another 1 out. It's gonna be the Pound album. Hopefully coming out this summer. It's about to be fire, for real. But I mean, where I see myself personally is just on the stage doing shows. That's number one. I mean, I like making music. I like being in the studio. I like sharing my music with people, like on a one-to-one basis. But number one, it comes down to doing shows for people, and I love that feeling. So yeah, just out there rocking the stage, man. That's where I'm gonna be at.
I'm kicking baby mamas to the curb. I don't care. I just want y'all to know where am I gonna be in a few years? Still a bachelor, not settling down. I don't want to kick my own baby mama to the curb, but if she's your baby mama, watch out.
She gone.
Peace. That was actually an interesting song. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, you know, this is pretty catchy. So I was listening to it for like a week straight, just getting into it. I was like, what the heck? Alright, you know, showed a couple people, and yeah.
Man, it slams in the trunk, man. The first album, Dumb Me Down, you know, the point of it was Dumb Me Down was like, I felt like, you know, a lot of people aren't going to get the big picture. You know what I'm saying? You got to condense shit for people, man. You got to make it like where it's bite-sized. And honestly, man, like, what's the point? Like, if your baby mama's not going to stick with you, I know she's not going to stick with me. But, you know, it's whatever, bro. Like, I'm out here having fun. I'm living my life, you know. Not everything's going to go on forever.
So what's your process, like, before entering your booth or recording? You guys just, like, do certain rituals, or is it just...
Honestly, you just take it as it comes, man. Like, straight up, low-key, I swear a big part of it is getting a little fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, you got to be able to like, get into your element, being with the people that you like the most. And
smoke son, drink son.
Exactly. It comes to you. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, when you make music, people think that you make a song. I agree with that to a certain extent, but when it comes down to it, is like all the lyrics, the music, the vibe, everything comes to you as an artist, and you have to just translate that. So that's my biggest thing. Is like if you're not feeling it, you might not want to make a song. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to keep going, and until you feel it, that's where you hit it.
What do you consider your strength in making music?
Oh, versatility, man.
Versatility.
Yeah, most doubt.
You?
Fuck that up.
Shit, man, just coming up with something new every time. Just being able to move forward, and I think the biggest thing is just matching energy with artists, and yeah, competition. That's number one. I want to be the best. We want to be the best. Underground dope. We're the future here when it comes to rap. So continue to keep it going. You know, put it down for the set.
You guys said you guys had an album coming out. What's on it? You know, are we gonna be able to hear it on Make You Famous?
Oh yeah,
That's
most
real
definitely
question.
gonna be getting some tracks. So there's a couple different songs that are coming out. One is called "She Just Wanna Feel Something." That's produced by Young D of the Trap Team. This man, he just kills his beat selection, bro. He's done like actually quite a bit of our beats for upcoming projects. And then you got something you're working on too.
I mean, we're coming out. You know, we got "She Just Want to Feel Something." Number one is "Icy Water Bong," though. Like for real, that's gonna be a hit, straight banger. Been working on this for a good minute. You know, as far as I'm not gonna give too much insight, but if you smoke weed, you're gonna want to listen to this shit and blaze it straight up and hit that bong, drop some ice in that bitch. We getting high as fuck. That's gonna be the next track. I promise you.
That's some funny shit. Yeah, man, that's the biggest thing, man. Like the Pound album's coming out. That's very soon. And then another album that I want everybody to check out if you get a chance is gonna be Big Boogie the Reaper. We got another artist on our label. His name is Big Boogie the Reaper, and he's got an album out called The King of the Monsters. If you look that up, there's some slaps on there, man, for sure.
All right, well, send them our way, you know.
Most definitely.
Oh yeah, shout out to Big Boogie the Reaper though, for real. I know this is like low top, Mo Money G right now and underground dope, but that man right there, he's been with us since day one, and he's really put on a lot of work, countless hours in the studio. I mean, it's crazy out there. But for real, look up Big Boogie the Reaper, King of the Monsters. That shit slap, bro.
So I'm making this album. Did you guys do the work on it, like the producing or beats wise?
So the first 4 albums I actually produced. And it was crazy because, you know, I just hit like one of those like streaks, man. Everything I touched, every beat that came out, like we just kept rapping on it. And, like, it was weird, like just set after set after set, day after day. And then, like in 3.5, 4 weeks, you know, like we came out with a lot of music at once. And then I thought, well, how hard is that to rap on your own beats? You know what I mean? Like you made it, you know where the drops are at. Like let's make it harder. So I started buying beats and like stuff online. People from London, I got beats from London. I got beats from Atlanta. I got beats from North Carolina. I got beats from New York. Like a lot of different places with people with different styles, so that I could just sit there and try something to keep it fresh. You know, You don't want to make the same song 8 times. I hear that too much nowadays.
So you guys done concerts before, but so what's it like on your first concert?
The first concert?
Yeah.
Oh man, before or after I shit my pants?
Well, both.
So before I shit my pants, man, it was pretty fun. Honestly, I can tell you, like, I felt the energy, like, big time, man. I wasn't the only artist. It was this thing called, the Showcase Tour. They go, like, state to state, and they put on, where everybody in the city comes out and does, like, their own performance and, like, their own shows. And, like, it was a contest where, like, if you win, like, $500. So it was, like, the reason why it was such a big show is because it wasn't just my fan base. You know, there's, like, a lot of different people from a lot of different places here, and all these artists are nervous as it is to begin with. Some suck, you know? But showed me that, like, Albuquerque's got some real talent, though. Like, for reals, it was a tough competition, man. We ended up coming in second, but, nah, man, like, that was after I was done shitting my pants. Like, once I got the flow and the rhythm on stage, man, it felt, like, you know, good, you know? Like, I don't know if you've ever held in, like, a shit, like, when you're nervous and then you drop it, man. Like, your body just feels better, you know what I mean? You're looser. Like, you know, like, life feels like all of a sudden, like, you know, it's calm, you know?
It's okay.
So when's this new album drop, actually? I'm just wondering.
So we're looking at, like, this is about the end of April we're looking at. So by the time that concert G-Town Meltdown comes out, expect the Pound album. That's when we're going to find it.
Do you guys have individual albums that are coming out, or just the group?
Right now, it's gonna be working on collaboration as far as like the group Underground Dope. We started off by dropping individual albums, so we have all those out there. Right now, we're focusing on this one album, collaboration. You know, we do have singles on it for each individual respective artist, but we're working on just really making a whole movement right now. That's gonna be the biggest point right now that we're trying to make.
Yo, we like rock and roll too. I don't know if I wanted to tell you guys this, but shout out to Brody. Shout out to War Like Wolves. We like them. Straight up, we rock with like a lot of the underground scene.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot more than just hip hop. We like rock and roll, EDM. A lot of the music that we're making is kind of, like I said, breaking the genre barrier because the people that you learn from, they can't always be rappers.
So do you guys have any tips or words for upcoming artists?
Yeah, work for free. Honestly, work for free. If you love something and you work for free and you competed it, you're going to get better. If you expect to get paid off the first thing you do, you're going to be sorely disappointed. And the more often that you work at something and you get better and people start to like notice you because of, you know, the reputation before the presentation, man, you go out there and you have a good show no matter what. So just be out there, go humble. Don't be expecting anything, but no handouts from nobody. But yeah, work for free.
Yeah, I think that's some wisdom right there. You just have to work continuously, nonstop, no matter what. Whether people like you or you don't worry about that. You make the music for yourself, and you make the music for the fans. That's number 1 and 2 right there. So just keep it up, and just don't give up. That's number 1. I mean, like Homeboy said right here, if you're working and you're doing the show and you're either rocking with one person there out there in the crowd, give them the same energy and the same exact point as you'd give people that a show of 1,000.
Dabs.
Yeah.
Dabs. So if you do wax dabs, you will love music. It makes everything better.
Blaze it. Smoke weed. Drugs help make the music. But.
So thank you guys for coming. Do you guys have any shout outs to give?
Oh yeah, yo. First of all, shout out to Underground Dope. I don't know if I said that enough. Shout out to Big Boogie the Reaper. Shout out to Low Top. Honestly, it's a teamwork effort. Shout out to UBR. I'll be watching like their battles and stuff, man. They kill it. I like their vibe that they bring to everything. Shout out to the Southwest 16 Arrows Independent Studios. A lot of the artists that we see out here in the streets, I know y'all on a face-to-face basis, and I fucks with you. Heavy.
Shit, as far as shout outs right now, definitely Big Boogie the Reaper. That's my homeboy right there, straight up. Known him for many, many years. Number 2, I'm going to give a big shout out to New Mexico, Albuquerque, All Sups, Blake's, like for real. You guys keep me running. I'm gonna give a big shout out to exactly, Chimichangas. Bro, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those. You know what I'm saying? Jack Daniels, importers.
The Art Bus. Shout out to the Art Bus.
Yeah, ruining lives out here. You know. But number 1, I give a shout out is to the people putting on this production right now. I really want to give a big shout out to,
Make You Famous,
the corporation.
Shout out to my mama.
Exactly. Like for real. I really enjoy this opportunity right now. But definitely, I give a shout out to weed. That's really what helps.
Free weed tastes better.
Exactly, tastes better. We got a whole nother track. Just stay tuned. Pound album, it's coming out soon. We got you, bro. Underground Dope, Low Top, Mo Money G, Big Boogie the Reaper. We're in this.
Well, thanks again for joining us.
Awesome.
Hopefully we'll see you again.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you, Frank Easy, for having us, bro. Cool,
bro,
man.
It's been a pleasure, man.
You can find me at Where Mo Money G. Check out my Instagram as soon as possible. Also, you can find me on Facebook at Mo Money G. You can find me on Snapchat, Where Mo Money G. If you like Mo Money, come find me.
Yo, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Yo Soy Picasso. That's gonna be me. Low Top. What's good?
And I'm Frank Easy. You guys know the website at www.makeyoufamousnm.com. And until then, remember, I'll make you famous.
Peace. We'll make you famous. Hey.
Open wide, then she try to ride me like Kentucky. I ain't getting married, no bride of Chucky. Sorry, motherfucker, I'm not that unlucky. Multiply the money, dividing all these honeys. Open wide, then she try to ride me like Kentucky. I ain't getting married, no bride of Chucky. Sorry, motherfucker, I'm not that unlucky. I got pink and Franks, make a bitch shake. Best move, she leaves with the king, that's checkmate. You don't know